How delicate are life and the future? Hello and welcome. And today I'll be talking about those subjects. Now, why do I bring that up? Well, first of all, let me answer the question. Um, of course, life is very delicate, and the future is so uncertain. You can't really place a date on anything. You can't. They say that looking back I said is like 2020, as in you have a clearer vision once looking back after you've done everything. And so once you review your what happened, it's much clearer to you what actually transpired. Now, why do I say that? All right, so for those of you who aren't aware, I am a tarot reader as well, right? So I pull cards, and I sometimes can I can pretty much ballpark a date. Why do I say ballpark and not give you a specific date? Um, well, first of all, my clairaudience, my clear hearing, is not how, like, when I don't get dates per se. I get um when someone asks me for a specific date, I'm like, I don't know. It's like I'll get the intuitive hit of a month, and I'll give that the ballpark of a month, right? Or I'll see something, and I'll notice something that jumps up at me, and I'll be able to tell that way. But I wouldn't. I Up to date, I haven't gotten a specific date. But why do I avoid saying specific dates? The other day I was talking about something that I intuitively felt and was called to divulge the information with the individuals involved. And I did it, I said it, and after that I started to be like, oh my god, what if I was worried because I don't have a habit of mentioning, well, I have a habit of ballparking dates, okay? And they've worked up to date for my mentee. But I actually I'm I'm pretty good with ballparking. I'm not so certain about specific dates yet. So when I don't feel comfortable with saying a specific date, because, like I mentioned prior, a lot can change in any dynamic. Okay, something might happen which might push it farther, a week or a day or an hour. I don't know. And so that thing I was talking about the other day about someone's family member, I was worrying that I might have said the wrong word. I might have said the wrong thing. Also, I had not mentioned that the reason why I said what I said was because I was reminded of my grandfather's passing. And my grandfather spent 2 weeks in the hospital, going in and out of consciousness, but he was still alive, right? And so, because I remember this individual said, doctors say he only has 3 to 5 days to live, and I was like, yeah, no, intuitively that's not what I'm getting. So then that's what I said. But then I was like, oh, what if I say that and because I didn't clarify that might mean that they might not be conscious, but they will still be alive. You know, maybe they will not like that distinction, and maybe, I don't know. But this is something I cannot control, and so I let it go. But there is a part of me that maybe I made things out to be the worst, or maybe I don't know what's gonna happen. I haven't heard anything, and I'm hoping I'm hoping they have a better time with their family member, that their family member is still conscious, that they're able to still talk to them and all of those things. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything. No one's told me anything. I haven't asked. I'd rather not get meddled, right? I'd rather not meddle in it because of a worry that I might mess things up. I just know that when I give you news, it's generally good news. And the rest is up to you. That's how I go about it. Now, that is going to change definitely, because I'm going to have to add on to that not a prerequisite, but a note saying that you need to be aware of this. Things might change. I might have said something to you, but your decisions will impact that future that I foresaw. Anything can happen in a matter of an instant, and your response to it is going to dictate what's going to happen next. My prediction, alright, will not ensure that will happen. It's your decisions that, at the end of the day, may put the final nail in the coffin, right? That finalize it all. I have no power. I have no such power. I am just a liaison. I just relay messages. That's all I do. I'm like a mail service from the divine. Okay, so please take it with a grain of salt. And I can only say that because of my past experience, where I, having been hit by a car, was able to get back to what I was, to something similar to what I was before, not specifically what I was before, but something very close. And I might never go back to exactly what I was before, but, well, definitely, I have scars now, so that's a thing. But I am definitely better in different aspects, right? So you just have to be aware of this, okay? And so there's something to be said of the future being very mutable, meaning that it can change from moment to moment. After each decision, your future might be completely different than the moment before. So I would prefer not to make bold statements about when it's coming in, and to be quite honest with you, every single decision of yours is going to impact how that thing is coming or when it's coming. Alright? You really have... well, first of all, me as a reader, I never have control. Never. I only go and tap into the field of consciousness, the field of information that surrounds us all, right? And that's how I know. But I have no power over anything. So if anyone thinks that I am manipulating anything or telling you something you want to hear, if it's not in the actual field, I won't be able to tell you. I won't tell you. I only tell you what the information there is. To give you an idea of what this is like, it's like connecting to the web, except you're connecting to the field of consciousness. That's the only difference. Okay? And there's a way, if you're interested, we can delve deeper into that, but you have to let me know. Okay? Now, and so, like I said, I don't venture on giving specific dates because every single decision you make might completely impact your future and might completely change what is yet to come. For example, I'm going to give you an idea. Alright? So, my energy came into contact with someone else's energy in 2015. Now, they caught my eye. I would have usually gone towards this person and struck up a conversation, but this time I did not. And so, like, my future might have been completely different. But because I did not learn a lesson at that point. So I learned that lesson 3 years later. But I still learned it, but with a different person. Now, I answered the first question, which is how delicate is life? And life is very delicate. All you have to do is look at my experience, okay, of being hit by a car. I almost died. Well, I mean, anybody would almost die if they were hit by a car, right? So it's not something that you have to think twice about. But life is very delicate. Now, the future is also very delicate. And as I was starting a story about how I was I would have met someone in 2015, but I chose not to. I chose to say, I want them to come approach me. And because of that, I didn't learn the lesson in 2015. I learned it in 2018 with someone completely different. Or was it 2017? I'm not sure. But in either case, I still learned the lesson. Okay? But the individual I learned it with was different. And I'm wondering, and I'm pretty sure, okay, that had a major impact on my reality. It kind of, not retarded, but it kind of, like, because I'm thinking of the French word, retardé, pushed back, put things on a later date, or a later timeline, if you will. But I avoided learning a very important lesson, which might have hurt me a lot. Now, I wonder if the reason why I chose not to talk to this person allowed me to have a better possibility now with that person or not. I don't know. But I still have to see. It's still up for discussion, it's still up for debate. All I know is I did what I thought was the best choice for me at the time. And so I'm living with the consequences of my decisions, and that's all you can do. I am not angry. I'm not pissed off at anyone else. I'm content where I'm at. I am completely cognizant that I made the decisions and I took the choices, and things happened as they did because I chose specific decisions more than others, right? So a big part of understanding where you're at in life and understanding that the delicate balance that is your life and your future endeavors is where it's at because of you. You make the choice. You have complete control over your reality at all times. If you think that's not the case, you are very wrong. Even if you think that God is playing or has an even bigger impact on your life, and if you're one of those who think that there is no freedom of will, I have to disagree with that, because I chose to be hit by a car. Which loving parent would choose that their child be hit by a car and go through years of therapy? Okay? I say parent because God is our parent, right? The initial spark, that came from God. Even if the act our parents did to create us was the actual initial thing, but if God did not say, yes, my child be born, that egg, and that's the swimmer. In Armenian, oh, what do we say? That swimmer, that the sperm and the egg would not have met if God would not have said, yes, I allow this creation to exist. You know, things are not good or bad, they just are. So, I mean, it's understanding that. And the reason why I went off on this tangent is because, well, life is delicate and the future is also delicate. It can change in an instant, right? And so that is why I avoid saying specific dates. I did mention that clairaudiently I don't hear specific dates yet. And I say yet because these things are, it's your sixth sense is like a muscle. It can be worked on, improved, and widened, right? You can go deep as much as you can go wide. So it depends on you, on what you want to do. But my clairaudience right now is mainly concentrated on hearing songs. I sometimes hear people, like I heard one or two words in the past, but that's pretty much it. It's mainly songs and melodies that I hear. So I don't get specific dates, right? But like I'll be like, I'll get like a ballpark. I'll get a feeling. I'll get a knowing, and that's how I do it. So that's why at the moment I will avoid mentioning specific dates, other than if I hear it. But if that ever happens, I will mention it because it's pretty rare for me to hear a specific date at the moment, right? In what way would you like to improve your intuition? Let me know.